Hold on. She said they did entirely too much. They could have taken your plate number and thank God you still. Amen. The last part, but God know how to reach each one of his childs individually. So we're gonna go here. Jeremiah verse 5. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. We're gonna start here. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto. And I was told to go Psalms 119, verse 67, yes? So we're going to go right here. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I have kept thy word. Go to Hosea 2:6. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns and make a wall that she shall not find her path. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so I went astray. That means I was getting on my own way, getting in my own head, believing I was more God, and I could be my own God. So I had to come back here, 2:6. That means, therefore, I will put a hedge up thy way with thorns and make a wall that she find out a path. That means pretty much God gonna block your way before he let you lose yourself, or before he lose you, God will interfere or intervene. Go here. So 139 verse 1 through 4. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word, there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it all together. I mean, God know what he's doing. Not we gonna blame the police or anybody else, but God knew how to get my attention. God knew I was hard-headed. God knew I was gonna run. God knew before they even started what was gonna happen. He knew he was gonna have to sit me down to save me from losing myself. So now we're gonna go back to Galatians 6 and 4. As for every man shall bear his own burden. So I mean, I put myself in it. I got to deal with it. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 1 and we're gonna go to Jonah 1 and 17. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. So this is my fish. Jonah 2, verse 1 and 2. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my correct me. I down that flatline when I didn't even know what's going on. So I ain't gonna say me, but like it said, somehow I end up, because crazy coincidence, before I left the house, my mama stopped me at the door and asked me where I was finna go. And I was being a smart ass, I told her hell if I don't pray. And I end up having to pray. Let's go to Luke 17:33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I don't feel like that hit quite. Let's go to Hebrews 12 and 10 and 11. It reads as, For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastising for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which exercise their. Let's go to Matthew 5:25 and 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it off from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into. Yeah, let's go back to that. Let's read that one more time. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it off from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. So, I might hate the wheelchair, but the wheelchair is the sit down I needed for God not to lose me, for God not to send me to hell while I deserved to go. But he knew, well, he saved me from going to. So that ain't, I know nothing but God. So, yeah, so you can say they did entirely too much, but I did entirely too much. I could have been a man that took my accountability. I could have not been stealing. I could have not been planning to steal. I could not have been a smart ass. Could not have been disobedient. I could not have been dishonest, dishonorable to my parents. So, yes, but no. So like we're gonna stay with the last part. That thank God you're still. So thank God I'm still. Thank God that He spared me. Thank God He gave me a second chance. Thank God that He cleared my mind, cleared my thoughts, took the hallucinations or whatever I was in my head, thinking the whole world was out to get me out of my head, gave me the peace of mind that I asked for. So no, it may not be. I forgot to read this one. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast in hell. Better for me to sit down, break my back, be disabled, whatever you want to call it, instead of God throwing me away, let me kill myself, let me end my own life, in my own journey that day. So we're going to point back to Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastisement for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. We're going to turn the page over and we're going to go to James 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be entire and perfect, want nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask for God, that gives to all men living upbraideth not, and shall be given. So, yes, it may not be what I want. Some people might look like they overdid it, but end of the day, everything always point back at me. So, I didn't have to run. I didn't have to steal. I didn't have to plan to steal. I didn't have to, yeah, it all point back to me. So, yeah.